Hey guys, what's going on? I'm TattsDeej, and this is my entry for Ludicrous Kingdom's Getting to Know a YouTuber series. The origin of the TattsDeej name, no real exciting story there. My nickname is DJ, short for my given name. My friends shortened it on down to Deej, D-E-E-J. I have tattoos, TattsDeej. It took me about 30 seconds to put it together. Sorry, I wish it was more interesting than that. Mostly vlogs, man. I love to talk. I love to talk to people, and I love to interact. I love to engage. Lately, I found myself kind of knee-deep in some political stuff. I really hate politics, but you know, I get passionate about something and I want to talk about it. So I did a couple of video responses. I also try to do skits and things like that. I'm currently without a computer and I'm doing everything on my iPhone, so I'm a little limited as to what I can do, you know, in editing videos. But I do like editing videos and, you know, doing stuff like that. So that's a little bit of what you can find on the TattsDeej channel. I'm in New York City here in the United States. I've been here for about 6 months, moved up originally from Florida. I am currently the supervisor slash photographer for a retina clinic in Westchester, New York. Basically, I work for an ophthalmologist. I've been doing it for almost 13 years now, and I guess I'll continue to do it until this YouTube thing starts to make me money, which will probably be the day after never. So I'm going to be in ophthalmology for a while. I like to take pictures. I like to do photography, mostly on my iPhone because that's all I have. But I like walking throughout the city and just taking pictures of various things that I see in my life. And you can also find me on Instagram, TattsDeej. Shameless plug there. Thought I'd throw that in there. What else? I'm also a collector of comic books. I've got tons and tons of them, and since I've been here in New York City, I've bought a ton more. Those are really the two big things. I've got other interests, but you know, those are the two big things I can think of right now. Sushi. I could eat sushi any day of the week. Just call me up, name the date and time, and I'm there, man. I just love it. I got introduced to it about 12 years ago, and you know, I haven't looked back, man. I just love sushi. I would have to say primarily rock and roll. However, you know, my tastes go much broader than that. I do like some rap, some R&B. Love old Motown and funk, stuff from the 70s. And every now and then, if the mood is right, I do like classical music. But mostly I'd have to say rock and roll. Again, going back to the rock and roll thing, I would have to say Guns N' Roses for one particular reason. They came out in the era of the 80s hair bands. They caught the tail end of that. And they really were, I think, the pioneers of the movement that became the grunge movement. If you think about Appetite for Destruction, when that album dropped, there really wasn't anything else out on the radio like it. And that album really influenced me, and that band influenced me. And I truly think it influenced a generation of musicians to follow, including Nirvana, Pearl Jam. You know, Guns N' Roses kind of paved the way for those guys. I got a wide variety of tastes in movies. I would definitely have to say my all-time favorite is the Lord of the Rings trilogies. However, again, referring back to the comic books, I do like my comic book movies. I enjoyed Thor, Captain America, Spider-Man, Batman, you know, Iron Man, all those things, man. So, you know, anything comic book related, just about, I'm there. But all-time favorite at the top of the list is definitely the Lord of the Rings trilogies. As of right now, it's definitely The Walking Dead. Very well written, very gripping, very engaging, with very detailed and deep characters. Right now, I think this is the best show on TV for a variety of reasons. So that's about it where I'm at with TV shows. There's a few other things I like. I like Once Upon a Time, Sanctuary. I'm really into sci-fi and fantasy and all that other stuff. So, you know, anything like that, I'll at least give a try. But right now, The Walking Dead is sitting high at #1. Favorite actor, definitely Liam Neeson. I've seen a ton of Liam Neeson films, and the guy just keeps bringing it. I'm glad to see his career have a resurgence. Just watched Unknown with him recently, and I thought it kicked ass, man. So definitely Liam Neeson as far as favorite male actor. Favorite actress, a little tougher to pick that one out. I like different actresses for a variety of reasons. I guess if I had to pick one based on talent and looks, I'd have to go with Kate Beckinsale. Right now, she probably tops my list as far as, not only I think she's drop dead gorgeous, but I think she's an incredibly talented lady as well. But I also like the classics. I love Julia Roberts. I think she's just talented beyond imagination. I love Diane Lane, Diane Keaton, Meryl Streep. So to really pin down one actress that I liked for one reason more than another, I don't think that I could really do it. So I'm just going to say Kate Beckinsale based on looks and talent as a combination. I would have to say anything that has to do with like Greek and Roman or Norse mythology. That was really my particular interest back in school. But as far as overall favorite all-time best read ever, has to go to Dante's Divine Comedy. This was required reading in school, and I absolutely fell in love with it. And I have a leatherback copy of the book now that I got for my birthday a couple years ago, and I pick through it and read through it every now and then. It's not something I can read in one sitting, but absolutely love the story and the message behind it. Man, that's kind of hard. I haven't followed any contemporary authors in a long time. I haven't really found one that I kind of gravitate to. I could always go back to the classics like the Stephen Kings and the Dean Koontz and people like that, F. Paul Wilson. But I'd have to say, I did a lot of reading back in high school, and one writer that I found myself, he's in the Stephen King type of genre, the horror genre. His name was Robert McCammon, and for my money, I thought he was every bit as good as King. Wrote very detailed, gripping stories with really engaging characters, and I kind of liked him better than Stephen King. I thought King tended to ramble and rant and just go on tangents that were kind of unnecessary, whereas for me, Robert McCammon kind of kept it to the point of the story. I wouldn't consider myself a huge gamer, but I do have my favorites. I've been a lifelong fan of pro wrestling, as well as back in the 90s for about a year. I actually was a pro wrestler for a very short period of time. So just about any wrestling game I'm going to be a fan of. All the WWE Raw vs. SmackDown series, and I'm dying to get my hands on WWE 12. Friends might say it's phenomenal. But all-time favorite video game series has to be Metal Gear. I got the original Metal Gear Solid, and I actually played the Japanese import. It wasn't even in English yet. All the dialogue and everything in the entire game was still in Japanese. So I played it stateside before a lot of people here even knew what Metal Gear Solid was, and I think that's incredibly cool. So, definitely the Metal Gear series is my favorite all-time video game. Spending it with good friends, having a couple of drinks, having a few laughs, maybe going to a movie, or just sitting around chilling out and talking, man. If you've seen my channel, you know I love to talk. And I just enjoy sitting and talking to people and getting to know people and, trading stories, trading jokes. To me, that's a good night out. It doesn't have to be anything expensive, doesn't have to be anything extravagant. Spend it with a lady friend, sitting on the couch, watching a good movie, maybe make a nice meal together, enjoy kind of being in the kitchen, cooking together and doing things like that. So that's probably my idea of a good night in. Just something cozy, relaxing, a little food, maybe a little drink, and keep it low-key. Ideal vacation spot would definitely be the Mediterranean. Like I said before, I'm a big fan of Greek and Roman mythology. I would love to see the Greek Isles. I would love to go to Italy. Also, I used to be friends with a guy who's from Turkey, and he used to tell me a lot of things about it and show me a lot of pictures. So I'd really love to see Turkey as well. So definitely I'd have to say the Mediterranean. If I could ever go on a cruise or just fly out there, I'd be, I could probably die a happy man the next day. Well, if you'd asked me this question about 10 years ago, I would have been selfish and told you I was going to grab, a handful of my closest friends, head to the nearest bar, and absolutely drink ourselves into oblivion down to the last minutes. But times have changed. I'm a dad now, so what I would probably end up doing, no, not probably, definitely end up doing, is I would take my kids and do exactly whatever in the world they wanted to do with their last hours on Earth. That's exactly how I'd spend my last 24 hours. That's a tough one, man. I watch different people for different reasons, and different people entertain and intrigue me. It wouldn't be fair to pick 3 without sounding like I'm singling anybody out or making somebody feel less important than another. But I'm going to go ahead and pick 3 just because I think they're interesting people. And this is in no way, shape, or form ranking anybody who watches my channel or who I watch. But probably Liam Osan. I think the guy's genuinely funny, and I have great conversations with the guy outside of YouTube. Joe Abro, who I've gotten to know personally. I met him here in New York City. He's just a genuine swell guy, and I'd love to have dinner with him. And Lamborghini in the UK, man, I just think she's one of the sweetest girls I've ever met here on YouTube. She's genuinely funny. She makes me laugh out loud, and I think she's just got an infectious personality. And I think that eclectic group of people would just be a blast to have at the dinner table. As far as what 3 YouTube channels I would recommend, God, I don't know, man. Like I said, there's so many people that I watch for different reasons. I don't want to feel like I'm singling anybody out or making anybody else feel less important because I didn't mention them. So I'm kind of going to take a pass on this one. Normally I don't do that with these type of things, but kind of feel like I am ranking in order of importance who I would recommend and making the rest of them feel like I wouldn't recommend them, and that's certainly not the message I want to convey. Thank you guys for watching this. You rock. If you subscribe to my channel as a result of this, you rock even more. I love you guys, and the biggest thing that I love is interaction. Please comment. By all means, do a video response. If you see a video of mine and you either agree with something that I said or disagree with something that I said, please let me know about it, man. Sometimes people have been known to change my mind. I love hearing from people. I love learning about people.
Would you like to be the next YouTuber we get to know? Send an email to ludicrous_kingdom@hotmail.com for more information.
I'm TattsDeej. I'll talk to you guys later. And I'm out.